Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this brand new adventure, taking you live out into the depths of space and parts unknown, looking to try and find new advertising hoardings throughout the entirety of the galaxy. This is the Galactic Rolls. I am MasakoX, and I am joined by my pals and our GM for this campaign, the none other than Haverock. Introduce yourself, pal, and give us the lowdown.
Hello, my name's Haverock. You probably do not know me from those greatest hits as, being Future Nappa's dad and making stupid Borareta jokes on streams. Basically, we're gonna be playing Fate Accelerate.
Okay.
Which is a very narrative-heavy system, which basically, it's a tabletop game when you gather your buddies around, tell stories full of danger, adventure, excitement. It's not a dungeon crawler like D&D. It's more focused on telling the story and being in the moment in the character.
Okay. Right. Well, that sounds really good. In the fact that, I see a lot of streams out there. They're really heavy, but there's a lot of dice rolls. Sometimes it could be like 10, 15 minutes between like trying to do things and just really getting bogged down in the mechanics of all of this. This kind of speeds up the process and really kind of gets the story out there, because that's what people really want to see, a good story, right?
Imagine, please, the biggest junkyard you've ever seen. A space trash vehicle that collects all this junk. Like, it looks really rugged. And on the top of this vehicle, you can see a huge neon cow. And this cow seems like it had better days. The guy who's piloting the trash can is listening to some sort of very loud music. At a certain point, he walks out of the junkyard, he looks at the sky, and he witnesses like a spherical object, like a glowing spherical object, just flying towards him. It crashes into the mountain of junk. The guy walks closer and closer and closer, and our camera pans onto the neon cow. After a while, we see very different neon cow on the top of a huge building, a cosmic skyscraper, and it seems in a much better shape. There is a lot of ships around it, and it seems like this neon is advertising some sort of space milk, but this is a weird 80s science fiction show, so we don't have any translation to the map. At the bottom of the building, which is like set on a space station, it looks really weird, totally not realistic. Basically a huge skyscraper atop a space station. We can see something that in our world would be a taxi, but here, of course, it has two jets that allows it to propel. And from this means of transportations walks out our first character, Frita. What can you tell us about Frita?
Well, absolutely. So pretty much Blazed Auron out there is pretty much on the money. So Frita saying looks like a female Spike from Cowboy Bebop. So essentially, Frita, if anybody recognizes from a different campaign I did with the Loading Crew, was the Belle of Parta, our let's just say our Keymaster character in that one, and I'm one of the mascots on my channel. So I thought, really, instead of using Parta again, why don't we use the character Frita as the alternative in a different universe? So Frita is like one of the most successful galactic cops around, or at least was. Frita had all the showings of a potential universal chief, essentially being one of the biggest hotshots out there, really. But however, during one critical mission, and let's be real here, there are going to be lots of food puns here because it's naturally, as it becomes more clear, a lot of the names are based on puns. During one mission for the Viennetta Empire, she made a cataclysmic error, which resulted in a massive civil war between the states of Magnum and Solero. Now in hiding, disgraced and disillusioned, Frita tries to make money working as a vigilante and a mercenary for hire. Essentially, she is wearing the tattered remains of her once gloriously crisp uniform, trying to make an honest living, and yes, she did steal a scarf from a certain warrior out there. Just saying.
What's her aspects? Tell us about her aspects.
Yes, her aspect is that basically she's a space warrior police maverick, so she was already known for being quite bold out there, and she was very much risky. This is why she ended up messing up her job for the Viennetta Empire. So now that she's in disgrace after failing a huge mission concerning said empire, she's basically on the run, but at the same time, she's pretty relaxed at the same time. It's been a while since she kind of fell out of favor, so now she's just kind of rolling with life. So she's a risk taker, definitely. So her attitude to life is, that's totally no problem. As in, no, it's all fine. I don't mind a risk, because that's the only thing I've got in my life. As, yeah, I'll do it. It's something different. But at the same time, though, she does have a lot of contacts and a lot of enemies, friends in high and low places. So, yeah, we have a lot of people that she can call on to either give her help or rat her in. So she could end up having a lot of risky situations by calling upon people for help, and they might just turn around and try and get a quick buck out of her. But of course, she is sassy AF, a pun slinger extraordinaire. So something like that. She does like to try and find a lot of humor in life, because, again, that's pretty much what she's got. And one of her most critical stunts, of course, she has the backflip combo. Anyone who's very familiar with what I do, and all my other characters, yeah, they involve puns and backflips. So this is just more of the same.
Basically, Frita is holding something that looks like an invitation. It's kinda like this.
It's huge! Why is it so big?
I mean, it's a card, you know? It's a card.
Yeah,
I wanted our viewers to see it. So before we allow Frita to do it, our camera pans over to a landing pad. When a certain lizard man is trying to, to negotiate with a robot guard over there who has some problems with his ship, tell us about Trent Starcade X.
Well, Trent Starcade is a lovable, pluckish, renegade rogue, very much Han Solo's type. He's quite underhanded, very underhanded, actually. He will quite literally do every dirty trick he can to get what he wants, and yeah, he's just out to make as much money as quickly and as hassle-free as possible. He has a silver tongue and a sharp aim with his blaster, and yeah, if he can't sly his way out of a situation with dancing words, he will just pull out a blaster and let that do the deciding for him. His dashing renegade smuggler, he's very trigger happy. He's a bit of a narcissist. Nothing's ever his fault. So like, if he does something wrong, he's like, look, this would have been averted if something else had took place. Not my problem. And another aspect is, fellas, can't we put this out? Where again, he will always try and sort of talk his way out of a situation, like try and turn people on each other if he can sort of convince them to turn each other. Blaster ammo's expensive, and why waste the money when you can just convince your enemies to kill each other?
The next thing we see, on another landing pad, we see like a, civilian class spaceship when two elder people leave their daughter on the landing pad, and they like the elder lady comes out and says, "And Isman, please look out for yourself. I hope you will bring our family pride. You understand?" So, who's our third player and who is this man?
So Ismene is this character. She has always been academic, without effort, overachiever, and life has simply continued to always roll in her favour, or so it seems. She has a decent, well-paid job working in a laboratory as a geneticist and screening all manner of life forms, and it's in one of the most successful companies of the galaxy. A comfortable life and supportive parents that always want to do the best for her. However, as time has worn on, rumours have grown bigger and doubts have crept ever further into her mind. Is this really the life she wants, or the one her parents wished for her? Are her employers really as squeaky clean as they proclaim? And is a white lab coat, glassware, and spotless laboratory really her true calling? Her concepts are she's a freelance astrogenomicist. She has an irrational fear of ice, and she is exceedingly law-abiding.
Dren, our last character, coming out of their ship and being stopped by two of the robot guards, like they have tuxedos painted over, over their bodies. One of them tilts his head, looks at Dren, and asks, "Excuse me, sir, could we see the documents of your vehicle?"
Hey! What do you mean? This is my vehicle. You can't see me driving this thing. This is my baby. What's wrong with you? This is mine. I don't need no documents to prove that.
Excuse me, sir, but this vehicle, we got an information that it might have been stolen. We just want to be sure.
I don't know what to tell you, boys. This is my vehicle. It ain't stolen. You can't prove otherwise unless you got some video evidence. You see this thing now? Yeah, you're fine. Now,
so it seems that those guys won't be so easily convinced. But you have some tricks out of your sleeve. So
yeah, I'll do.
Let's say difficulty free. Like these guys aren't the newest guard robots. They aren't that stupid either.
Right. Well.
So please roll clever difficulty free.
Okay, so that's. Oh God.
You can reroll this for a fate point.
Oh yeah.
Or you can accept the consequences.
Ooh. Where is everyone else in relation to what's happening?
I would say that to make it easier for the story, Trent can see that this weird purple guy is pinkish purple guy is having problems with the cards. But for now, Trev has to decide. Do you want to reroll and spend one of your fate points?
No, I'll just roll with the consequences. I'll just go for it. Oh God.
Okay. So basically, the consequence is that I'm creating a new aspect for those guys.
All right. Okay.
And this aspect.
Oh dear.
Okay. So let's go over to Trent. You see that this guy obviously messed up the most obvious, like amateur trick. And those robots, while you know that they are pieces of junks, are now on high alert, which you rarely see it. You trick them millions of times, but so does Trent do something to help this little guy?
Trent is going to walk over and just put his arms over the two robots, like sort of pilot ears, like gentlemen, what are you messing with my pilot for? He looks over to Dren, kind of winking. So this is my personal valet. He's been helping me. You're not giving this guy any trouble, are you?
Sir, he is using a ship that can be considered stolen.
Nah, stolen? This thing? Nah, no. You see what this is? This is my ship. And he's gonna quickly flip out some like paper that's like, here, look at this. This is all you need to know about it. And you're gonna flip it back in. It's like, this is my ship. He was flying it for me. Isn't that right,
X,
buddy?
X.
Yeah,
stop
of
right
course.
there. You're
That's
gonna roll for that, boy.
Yeah.
And you are trying to be sneaky.
Now it's also I do get a +2 as a stunt. Is that right?
Yes.
So I will roll my sneaky.
Yes, but yes, add +2, but you also spend a fate point for that stunt.
That's fine. Yeah. So does that mean that's a 5?
Well, roll it.
I rolled it. It came up.
Yeah, that's a 5. That's one with style. So
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
which means I'm gonna give you guys an aspect. Sir, we are terribly sorry. Which both of you,
Oh, trouble.
I'm getting rid of this one. You both can invoke this. Basically, they'll feel very, very troubled.
Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Trent, we didn't know this young man is with you. That
Think nothing of it, boys. He brings his hands down, he lowers the blasters. He's like, think nothing of it, boys. Look, you guys have been running all day. When was the last time you guys had a maintenance check? Be honest. They're running you ragged. I know you're machines, but even machines need a rest. Am I right or am I right?
Oh dear, we should have that maintenance check. We didn't have a maintenance vacation. It's almost 2 months.
Exactly. 2 months is way too long to be going without maintenance, guys. Why don't you guys go to your maintenance? I'll talk to my boy here. We'll get all this. We'll put all this behind us. Think nothing of it, okay?
Hey, guys, yeah, go get a checkout. You'll be fine.
So they disappeared, but if you need something from them, like them bringing you a drink or something, you can ask something of them twice. You both also have that weird blue invitation. Every single one of you does. The one that I have told about in the beginning.
How do I? Because I lose a fate point now. How do I take it off? It still says
I'm stealing it from you.
Okay.
I'm stealing one Masako face from you.
Okay.
Right.
Also, to quickly remind you, why are you all here? You were contacted here by the head of FruCo, the huge ship manufacturer, and they are offering you a job. That's why you're here.
FruCo.
FruCo, yeah.
FruCo. Right.
FruCo, yeah.
So can I ask one of these guards for an item? Can they give me that?
I mean, probably.
Right, because I want to ask them for an egg.
Okay.
Hey, guard man, mister. Can I may please have an egg, if that's all right?
We are sorry, sir. We will try to get you some SucroCo commemorative egg right from the replicator. Here you go. And basically the bot gives you the egg that has SucroCo logo, basically everything manufactured. So
Yeah.
it's like it looks like a real egg. It probably tastes like a memory of a real egg.
I mean, this will do. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Puts it away in his pocket.
So before we go further, there is one more character that we haven't seen, and I think I will introduce him right with you guys. Basically, right when you are talking, a ship that's looking smaller ship that looks like a flying trash can just smashes next to it. Just smashes. It smells awful. A lot of cables, and something green comes out of it.
Hello!
Oh,
Oh, how is it? How is everyone doing? I'm here for a FruCo. I'm here for FruCo. What's happening, folks? I hop out of my little garbage ship.
hey.
Hey, name's .com. Pleasure to meet you. I hold out a clawed hand. It
Dren,
also smells just as bad as he does.
nice to meet you. And I like put my hand out like very slowly and not very like. Ugh.
You have
I
a weird
quickly-
feeling that this hand has been in places that you don't want to have access to.
I'm gonna just snatch my hand away really quick before it touches him. It's like,
For,
oh yeah,
for
yeah.
some reason, it seems
Mhm.
sticky, you know?
Oh, well, okay. I mean, I just wanted to feel your grip, but okay, sure. So, you're Tren, and oh my god, this is a long-faced fellow. Hi, I'm a short-faced fellow. What's your name?
They call me Trent. His tail, as he looks at his reaching claw and just sort of raises an eyebrow before whipping his claw away with his tail, just like yes. Sorry, little man, I didn't see you down there. That's quite an interesting ship. He looks over towards your vessel with a confused look.
That's a very generous interpretation.
I think like a piece falls out of it, and you know, like when this piece falls off it, it's like a little music box, and it starts to playing.
We should move right now, actually.
Oh.
That was for my last client. Go.
Oh no. What?
Yeah, the robot guards
What is
wanted to
happening?
say something, you know, about this mess, but they saw you talking to, but they saw Tom talking to Trent, and they're like, nope, we are not getting in this mess. Nope. Okay, so we'll be back with you. So basically, like, I think Frita had least adventures out of coming out of her transport, and she quickly notices a familiar face coming towards the skyscraper. So she notices a famed person that she used to work with.
that person, that timid one over there, seems very familiar. Where have I seen it before? Can't quite place it. Wait, I know her. Oh, she's that goody two-shoes. Oh, yeah. So I'll be like, I can tell that she's looking really timid, but I don't care. It's someone familiar. I'm just gonna like stomp on all over her and kind of like get her in like a bear grip.
Okay, how do you react? How do you react, Philly? You got bear gripped by...
So Mayonnaise, like, arms are like stuck by her side, and this is making her very, very uncomfortable. And yeah, she doesn't have much to say. She's more shocked by Frita's embrace.
Does Frita kind of? I think Frita catch that, or is she too obsessed with kind of distracted at the time?
I don't think Frita's noticed.
Oh yeah, okay. So like, I'll be, hey, how you doing? Hey, I know you. Hey, I used to work with you one time. Sorry, it's just my life has just been so bad lately. But you were good. I mean, we worked on a case one time, like a while ago, yeah. You were that expert witness. That astrogeneticist person. Sciencey stuff. Yeah. So, what's your name again? I can't quite remember. I'll know it when you say it.
It's Mayne.
Oh, is meme, right? No, was it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right, all about the memes. Cool, right. So, what brings you around to these parts?
I've got a job offer here. I'm really looking forward to it. Do I sound convinced?
Huh. It wouldn't happen to look like one of these, would it? I pull out my invitation.
Oh, mine matches that completely. Yes.
It smells like strawberries.
Even better.
And cheap leather.
Oh. Well, how about that? Whatever this thing is, it's gonna be pretty sweet. I haven't had a job offer in like ages. I mean, it wasn't that long ago when I had this one big job, right, for this big empire. Oh boy, that was, let's just say that it was for an empire. Everything was really well. Everything was pretty cool. And then things just started to melt everywhere. It was a complete disaster.
Like literally melt?
Well, yeah, kind of, because, it was I kind of had a nicey reception after what I did. That wasn't good at all. No. So
Yeah.
let's just say I work for myself now. Yeah. But I remember you though. You're pretty much the only constant I have left in my life right now. Kind of need it.
No pressure then. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Exactly. Yeah. So
While
yeah.
you two are talking, you get approached by somebody who was just coming out of the building, like a walrus-like alien in a real tuxedo. He looks over you and he's like, "Miss Frita,
Yeah. Who wants to know?
Miss Ismene.
Uh-huh.
I was sent here by Mr. Cephal A. Opotson III, the supreme trader of FruCo. I shall invite you inside. But before that, we need to pick the others. I got informed that Mr. Starcade is already on the landing pad.
Starcade. Okay. This is gonna be kind of cool.
So essentially, the walrus man waves on you to follow him. Like he basically looks like a walrus butler.
Okay.
But he's not entirely humanoid. I mean, he has humanoid hands, but like he still kinda crawls. So it takes him some time to get to the landing pad. And Trent.com and Dren see a huge walrus man approaching with two human-looking women, but like this galaxy doesn't really have humans, so colored, painted humans, really.
Wow, who are these freaks?
Walrus man looks at Trent. Mr. Starcade, I am a representative of FruCo, and I'm here by behalf of Mr. Cephal A. Opotson III, the supreme salesman of FruCo. He's inviting you inside to one of his office.
A chance to rub arms with a big old sales wig, huh? I'm game.
Can I see your invitation, sir?
I have one, yes.
Yeah. Every
Okay,
single
yeah.
one of you has one.
Okay, yeah. Trent literally just reaches into his coat pocket and just flicks it out, and just sort of holds it and then flicks it back into his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The walrus
put mine on.
looks at it. One of his eyes glows like if he was scanning it, and he nods in agreement.
Hold on. .com looks in his jacket and he starts going all around here. He's like, oh, hold on. He reaches into his pants and pulls out a crinkled thing. And he's like, don't mind the sticky, buddy. He throws it on, he just kind of slaps it onto the robot, which of course it sticks.
Goblins, disgusting. Very well, Mr. .com.
I'd say like Frita is kind of like just like scanning like the face of Trent, because Trent, I think she's familiar with Trent's past or something like that.
Trent catches Frita looking and just kind of, tidies his jacket up and looks away, pretending like he's not noticed, like he's not bothered.
Dren's gonna reach down into his boot and grab his crumpled piece of paper and then just hand it to the man and be like, "Here, man, it doesn't smell like strawberries anymore."
Walrus looks at like it. He shakes his hands. Don't you people have pockets?
These pants are too small. Yeah, no, they don't have pockets.